Back with another episode. You know who it is. It's KG Money Green. Who I got to the far end left.
It's Buket on the dime, man. You know what it is.
And we got a special guest. We had to come. And who we got in the middle?
All right, man. We got Kyle Harris checking in from Killeen, Texas, man. It's going down, man. Can't wait to be a part of this legendary interview. Let's get it.
For sure. So, you know, it's a bucket, so we always got to do something a little bit different. Sure. I know we're typically in a cubicle. We got a desk. Okay. Today I said, let's get a little fresh air. Let's be outside. Let's be on the belt line.
Oh, yeah.
Different vibes, you know?
For sure.
So for the people, tell them about being an artist and how you came from Texas all the way down to Atlanta.
So being from Killeen, Texas, or Central Texas, we got a music scene, but not a lot of light is shed on the music scene. You know what I'm saying? So the next best thing for an artist to do from Killeen is to go to Austin. But even when you go to Austin, like a lot of people, they'll bring in other artists from other cities. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know Austin, Texas is the livest music capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? So we did have a lot of live bands that come out and play. So for me, once I realized that, I was like, well, damn, where's the next city I can go to that's like really specializes in entertainment and really the hip hop industry, right? So I'm like, well, damn, I'm gonna go to Atlanta. So my whole thing was, I was like, well, damn, I don't know nobody out in Atlanta. So how am I gonna get out there? So I was like, Eureka, I got it. I'm gonna go to college.
Okay.
Because how I looked at it was like everybody's from everywhere in college. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, all right. So I applied to go to Clark. Well, I didn't apply to go to Clark. I wanted to go to Clark. They didn't do a campus visit at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, my mom said, we're going to go to Morehouse. We're going to do a campus visit there. So once we went to Morehouse campus, I fell in love. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came about. So once I moved to Atlanta and I got to Morehouse, I was like, yeah, let me hit the ground running. So I started networking with people, doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So what I would say, what do you feel like is the biggest difference between Texas and to Atlanta? You got to say that.
I would say it's more opportunity here in Atlanta than it is Texas.
Okay.
They're probably gonna get mad at me, but like Houston, I'm not from Houston, but what I can see from the culture standpoint is it's hard. A lot of artists not putting artists on for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of OGs ain't really doing nothing. You know what I mean? Whereas Atlanta's kind of cliquish a little bit, but you know you can navigate yourself around that a little bit and make a way for yourself. So that's what I would say. It's just more opportunity here than it is in Texas, especially where I'm from. It's not a lot of opportunity.
No, for sure. I feel that. Gato?
So what was your experience like being in Morehouse?
Man, I loved it, man. You know, I know a lot of people say college is a scam, and you know, I agree with those sentiments to a degree, but what you can't scam is an HBCU experience. You know what I'm saying? I got to be around people that look like me, and at first when I got there, I felt like a little inadequate because them brothers is well read, well traveled. So I was like, man, let me get on my game. Let me start reading. Let me change the way I speak. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers speak very well. You know what I mean? So yeah, my experience was great. You know what I'm saying? Especially around homecoming season. So you know, yeah. For sure.
Coming up, by the way. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Our tailgates be lit, man. For real.
We don't have too many people that speak on like college experience, so it's like, Morehouse, what is something that you're taking or something that you're learning, something that you're going to take for the rest of your life?
That's a great question too.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Handling your business. That's Morehouse's mantra, right? Like, hey, handle your business, man. So that's what I keep in mind. Like, hey, if you want to do something, stand on it. Make sure everything is done in orderly manner. Sure.
You say that because I don't attend the school. Well, I don't attend that school.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it is. I like that. I like to say I see by the time I go up there, I can understand like, yeah, they really talk about their business and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then too, I know they're gonna get mad at me, but you bring the dudes that walk around with the empty suitcases. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to get the girls and all that. Ain't nothing, don't nothing be in that suitcase, man. Don't nothing be in that suitcase. Some of it be a front. Some of it be a front. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like the briefcases, man. That's how
I
they
just
get.
gave me an idea. I might put around
Bro, that's all you gotta do, bro. Put you on a polo shirt, put your little suitcase, you know what I'm saying? Put some Doc Martens, no socks on the ankles, man, and little briefcase, walk on film campus, man.
I feel like you gotta have a certain speed in your walk. Like you gotta act like you got a destination, even if you're going to the cab.
Yeah, it's a cap to it. It's a cap to it. You know what I'm saying? It's sauce to it.
All right. So my question is, what was your first time you got inspired by music?
So I'm 30 years old. So when I was coming up, it was like Cash Money, seeing them boys do their thing. So it was a Cash Money video. It was on 106 in Park. I said, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. That's what it was right there. I forget what Cash Money video it was. I saw how hyped it was in the video, so I knew right in there. I gotta do it.
For sure. I feel that, man. Cash Money had a lot of artists too, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of artists at a key point. What was that? 2007 to 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
It was a key point in the music. And I feel like after that, like especially with rapping and outside of like what T.I. was early 2000s. I feel like those people turned trap into a different way of thinking, a way of idea. So then you got another question? Oh, for sure. So my next question is like, take us into your brain, your mindset. What's your creative process look like?
Shout out to Jordan Lucas. So I always see things from a visual component, what I'm saying, or a visual aspect, because I'm a movie guy. So it's like the music for me has to tell a story.
Right.
So that's how I go into it. Like, okay, how can this song look like what am I trying to say? Yeah, I just go into it from a visual aspect, you know what I'm saying? I go into a music video first, you know what I mean? And that helps me construct the song. So yeah.
So it's like you visualize it before you see the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say the beat, the instrumental tells me a lot too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go here and then the video gonna look like this. Okay, now let me write the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you take that into your most recent project, Trail Love? How'd you learn that process?
Oh, you did your homework. So let's go back to Austin, let's say 2012, 2013. I went to college out there.
All right.
And Party Next Door, I had just got introduced to Party Next Door's music. So it was a break from Toronto. So I like the vibe of that the music. I just like the vibe of the music video. So I'm like, man, I want to take from what he did and try to apply that to what I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was the idea behind it all, for real. And then too, Bryson Tiller and Brent Fayez, just trying to figure out my own sauce in it. You know what I'm saying? So,
how do you feel like they stand out in that R&B scene too?
Then they changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like before, you had the Tanks, the R. Kellys, and all that. I know you canceled, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's just like hopefully them boys was doing different things. Now it's just like it's real melodic. It don't got to be super churchy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, them boys stand out. They created a whole new way. You know what I'm saying?
Because and the reason I brought it up is like it's a big debate going on with R&B, not in the sense of the singing, because everybody's talented when it comes to singing, but they talk about the performance aspect of it. Yeah. They say like R&B singers back in the day was like more soul, like weird shit. Like they talking about the sweat, like sweating, the girl sweating, everything going. That was more like the persona of the R&B artist is more like this is what I got, but I'm gonna still rap a little bit with it.
Yeah, they trying to be hip hop, like bro, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you do. You feel me? So that's how I feel about it. I do feel like the performance aspect is lacking a little bit in the entertainment industry. And I'm gonna go on record and say this. I feel like the artists aren't being developed anymore. You feel me? So it's just
these
like,
gym drops.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, this person cool. So
boy, skateboards on the dog.
It's just like, all right, they got to follow, they got a hot song. Okay, let's put them on stage. Let's put them on Rolling Loud. Like, oh, this person has no performance history whatsoever.
Right.
There's no performance experience at all. So, you know what I mean? So the industry has to, I feel like the industry has to make a decision. It's like, okay, cool. This person has a good song, but all right, let's do some A&R. Let's do some artist development with them. So that way, when we present them to big platforms, they can perform very well. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So do you have any artists that you would like to work with?
Yeah, definitely. I just start with my producers. So Hollywood Gold, he does a lot of production. Isaiah Rashad, Shio, who's an artist, another producer who's signed to the team, Cal Banks from Dallas, Texas. So I want to work with him. Who else? Definitely J. Cole. Cole, for sure. He definitely inspired my sound for sure. Big Crit, Wale, Kendrick, those are the guys that inspired me. Yeah, look, being from Texas, when I first got into Crit, that's when I was trying to figure out the music thing. I'm like, okay, from the South, we got something to say, and it's new and it's fresh. So that inspired me on top. Like, yeah, I gotta work it quick. Even if it's from a production standpoint or a feature standpoint, like I definitely want to work it quick.
So like, y'all know what time of the show is. We'll have Kato ask one more question before we get into the bucket list challenge. Look, for some reason, our editor never drops the bomb in when I'm saying this, but I'm telling y'all to drop the bomb when I say bucket list challenge. So, Kato, you got any final last question before we start getting to the bucket list challenge?
If you had time, we'll come into it. I know I have. I had some.
All right, so my first crazy question I gotta ask, man. And again, y'all know how this go. I don't know what I'm about to ask, how I go. You gonna get something random.
I ain't where I want to be yet. Nah. Let's do it.
All right, for sure. Y'all both can answer this. If you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say on command?
I'm that nigga. That's what I was say. Every time I come in the house, I'm that nigga.
Fact.
Constant reminder, you know what I'm saying? Being a black man in America, you know what I'm saying? We are often marginalized and everything like that. So when you come in from a hard day, I'm that nigga. You know what? Yeah, I am that nigga.
I like that. That's a good answer. I fuck with that one.
I want to teach him how to talk. I teach my bird how to be like security. I don't feel like if there's somebody at the house.
On some CIA shit with the pigeons and shit. For sure. So you said you big into film. You still take that into your music. What is one movie that you feel like describes your lifestyle?
Ooh, that's a good question. Man, that's a good question. Describe my lifestyle. I would say, does it have to be one movie?
You can do two. Let's do two. Let's do two movies. I feel like I asked Kato that question one time. That man said, bro, I had to break it down. He had to pick a show.
Yeah.
He had to pick a show.
I'll say half of Pursuit of Happiness, and then I'll say Crash.
Crash. Okay, why Crash?
I would say I look at it from an industry perspective, right? Everything is intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody's going through different life situations, and then when we meet each other, like we're unaware of what each person is going through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen the movie, but y'all should definitely check it out. But yeah, each character, like they had something going on, but they always would come in contact with each other. Like for instance, Michael Pena, right? He was an electrician. He was struggling.
Right.
And Brandon Fraser, he was a high politician. And there was something that happened in his house, and Michael Pena had to go over to his house and fix it. But it's a crazy movie. But yeah, I would say half of Pursuit of Happiness and half of Crash. I mean, I just got to take it.